in today's live stream, I can't help but to wonder, okay, on behalf of you black women, a whole lot of you black women in America, how is it, since so many of you want to be able to claim the title of being some groups of women compared to all other racial groups, where how is it that so many of you lead in STDs, from leading the nation and STDs to leading the nation also in having the most number of abortions, when not that, having the most kids outside of marriage, when not having the most kids outside of marriage, leading the nation and having the most kids by the most men. I mean, I'm just wondering. I couldn't help but to wonder about this. And then after reading a study pertaining to how a lot of you like to take pride in having a title being the most highly educated groups of women compared to all other racial and ethnic groups throughout the U.S. alone, when it's clearly obvious, judging from a study that I just read, that Asian American women are the #1 most educated groups of women in the U.S. After all, there are more of them who hold master's degrees and PhDs, way more so than a lot of you black women in America, excuse me. Anyways, I'm not going to drag this live stream long at all, unlike how I would any other time. This is, once again, this is just my inquiry and something that I can't help but to wonder about, due to how so many of you take so much pride in having the title of being some of the most highly educated groups of women throughout the whole U.S. And not only that, am I right or wrong, if some of you are claiming to be so highly educated as far as college goes, having the most college degrees than other groups of women? Because once again, there are hardly, not nearly as many black women in the U.S. when masters, either master's high, zero god BS, when either master degrees compared to the other ethnicities, I'm trying to say, of women with both master's degrees, and PhDs, short for post honorary doctorate degrees. But once again, black women in the U.S., how is it that you, so many, okay, true enough, a whole lot of you may outnumber us black men with college degrees, but still, a lot of you at the same time make some of the worst choices in the types of men you pick. The marry, and for the few of you who believe in marriage still, because it's clearly obvious, don't hardly none of you take pride in marrying before having kids. Not only that, but not only do you pick some of the worst men to have kids with, in some cases guys who you have to guard your ways and take pride to hold hollering with hammer. Hulk Hogan back in the days, back in the 90s, he used to be one of my favorite wrestlers, pro wrestlers of all time. Why not call out the men who are bad rather than the women who pick them? Anyways, and let me not drag this live stream that much more further. A lot of you claim to be so highly educated, but make some of the worst choices in men who you have to use to take care of, usually provide for, instead of allowing the men to provide and take care of you. Men who have done prison time, and for some of the most heinous crimes, from capital murder, aggravated assault. Anyways, let me just ignore this comment that has to do with my stupid ass rant. Anyway, Miss Gwendolyn, I still appreciate you for joining the live stream, but I just can't help but to wonder, if some of you are so highly educated and so intelligent as black women, why do you consistently choose the worst groups of men, black men in most cases, to have kids with? The